Hello guys, today I'm showing you the exploration path of my city here in Germany, Böblingen. There are actually several stations that talk about the forest and what here is in the forest and about trees and about birds and all kinds of stuff. So I want to show you that today. So let's go! Yeah, I'm on the way now to the stations. They are not so close to each other, like it takes several minutes to reach each, but they are definitely quite interesting. And I remember one of you asked me about the dangerous animals in Germany, if any animals are actually dangerous here in Germany and will attack people or if people die from them. There are actually not too many dangerous animals here in Germany. The only ones I can think of are wild boars, especially if they have children. They tend to be quite aggressive, and especially if they feel threatened, they might attack you. Besides that, we have some wolves here recently that just came to the forest not too long ago and have been sighted by different people, and there have been pictures on the internet about them. There used to be snakes, but they died out, so they are kind of extinct here. Apart from that, there are like no dangerous animals here, so it's quite safe. Okay, I arrived now at the station number 1, the hearing station. It's that one here. And here you are supposed to hear birds and the trees. I'll go in a little bit. And people usually just walk here, this path, and they will look to the trees to see if there are like any kinds of birds, maybe nightingales or other type of birds. And you can hear the trees and other stuff here. And yeah, usually people just stand here and they listen. And that's the first station. Do you hear the birds actually, guys? I can hear them a little bit, but I don't know where they are. At least I didn't see any. But you can hear some birds. Especially if you're quiet and you hear some. Yeah, there are some birds. Okay, let's go to the next station. Here's the second station, the kaleidoscope, but for some reason some idiots or maybe some animal destroyed it not too long ago. That's all that is left, this stone here. And before you were able to look through something, and you could look in two directions. Like the first direction was actually this one here, where you could see the nature, like the forest and everything and the beauty of it. And here, yeah, you see the forest and some grass field, and sometimes you would find animals here. And then the other one would show this area here, where there's like industry and there are some companies over there, and how there was a road built, and it talked about the destruction of nature a bit. Yeah. Okay, now I arrived at the third station. That's the animal balancing and jumping station. It talks about how far some animals can jump, like rabbits and deers, and how they can balance. Yeah, I'm about to show you that now. I'm trying to balance here. I'm getting now over this path if I can. So far so good. Whoa. Yeah, that's basically the balancing part. Now we'll show you the jumping part. I nearly fell down. Yeah, so here like all kind of stones and stuff, different sizes, and how animals can jump over stones or use stones to jump even further to be on higher grounds. Especially deers, like if they try to jump and they're on higher grounds, they can actually jump quite far. And here's now the jumping area that shows how far they can jump. I'll show you that, guys, now. That's the mouse, can only jump about 0.7 meters. The rabbit can jump about 1.6 meters. Walls are there And deers can jump to 5 meters. Here it says 5 meters for deers. Oh, that's pretty far, 5 meters. Like wow, that's like this whole thing here, where the sand is till the end, the last shield. You see that? Wow, that's quite far. Yeah, so that was the third station. Now I arrived at station number 4. It's called Streets and Highways as the Disturbance of the Forest. Now we'll show you what it is here that they are trying to show. Okay, what this station is about is, as you can see, there's like a road over there, like this street over there at the bridge, and it's quite noisy because of the cars that are driving there. Especially since it goes to the industry area where a lot of people are working, so there's constantly driving. And it says if you are quiet, you can hear the street quite a lot. So let's try it. Yeah, you can hear it quite a lot. So it actually really disturbs the animals. And a lot of animals actually get driven over when they try to cross the road. So yeah, that was station number 4. This here is station number 5, the exploration of animals from the lookout. But the shield is missing. I don't know who took it or why it is not there anymore. But yeah, I will show you. So first we have to climb up here. There are some stairs. Okay, I'm in here. Someone already had a great time here apparently. And here it says, which animals can you discover? And as you can see, if you sit here, you can see like a lot of trees and bushes, and sometimes you will see animals cross there. And even behind me, like there are chances to see an animal. If you have binoculars, you can actually see pretty well here, and you can check the surrounding area. Yeah, so that was station number 5. At station number 6, where we arrived now, it talks about the light absorption of trees and how important sunlight is for plants to grow, especially trees. And here it says that trees tend to grow in gaps to other trees, not only because of the roots, but also because they need the sunlight. So if they are too close, there is too much shadow. But they will still grow next to each other. And one tree reflects to another some sunlight as well. And here's like some sort of station as well. I'm wondering what that is. I haven't been here in like forever. Here's something too. Oh yeah, that shows the reflection actually. It shows that even leaves can reflect, especially if it rained. It's like this, if it rains and you have like those leaves that are wet here, they will also give some sunshine to the neighbor trees. And here they are trying to show that with this mirror here. They're trying to show that light can be reflected from the trees to other trees as well. And actually when we look close, especially like here, you can see they're kind of reflecting, right? It looks like they are small lamps, like some small LED lamps or something like that, yeah. So basically this is what it is about, and it actually helps the trees grow, like those smaller trees here for example, so they can become big like this one. Yeah. Now I arrived at station number 7, the year rings of a tree. And here it actually talks about the year rings that trees have. Like if you cut the tree, you usually find rings in there. Yeah, and here it actually shows it. And yeah, I'm not sure if you can see the rings. Like you can see them a little bit because it's like older, so it's not so clear anymore. And yeah, here it talks about that in 1879 the tree was probably like this big only, and then 1914 the tree already gained about twice the size, and around 2000 the tree was cut. Yeah, and actually in the text it also says the rings and the thickness of the rings depend on how much rain there was in this year. So if there was like a lot of rain, it's more thick, the ring, and if there was like little rain in this year, the ring is more thin. And yeah, they're trying to show that trees don't just grow in length, but also the girth grows, so they get more thick. Wow guys, I actually saw something really beautiful here. Do you guys see that? Like the sunlight, how it goes between the trees? Like it illuminates everything there, look. Wow, that looks actually quite beautiful. We might even see some animals swim here. I wouldn't be too surprised actually. Wow. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Okay, now I am at where station 8 was supposed to be. There used to be a shield and you were able before to walk through there and sit down, and this was called Peace in the Forest, where you could just sit down at a bench and just rest from the tour there, and you could just listen to the forest and try to hear animals, kind of similar like station 1. Yeah, it's supposed to be here, but yeah, it's no longer there. Damn mosquitoes. I arrived now at station number 9, or let's say what's left of station number 9, and unfortunately they removed it. It used to be here, and it was called the Earth of the Forest as a Water Filter. And here it was talking about how the earth is able to filter the water even from like acids and other harmful things that could be in the air, and how it actually also absorbs and stores it for a longer period of time, that for days the tree has like a way of getting nutrition from the earth and water. Yeah, but instead of showing you the station number 9 that's no longer there, I wanted to show you a hunter's lookout, how it looks like in Germany, and I want to talk about it. I will show you now. I'm walking here through and I'm gonna show you, it's over there. Okay, we're almost there. You guys can already see it, I guess. Yeah, that's a hunter's lookout. And what happens here is the hunter will usually be on top there and will look for an animal, like maybe a boar or deer, and they usually get like a permission then from the city to shoot it. So they're basically sitting there and looking for it. Yeah. Now I arrived at station number 10, the smell box. This is especially good for you out there that have special fetishes for smelling like certain things. Maybe women underwear. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's smell and see what we find here. That smells like a candle, but oh, that's like a pine tree or something. And here, it's probably wood and dry leaves above. What else do we have? This is honey. Yeah, that's like honey and something else. What's here? That's peppermint. Yeah. That's mint. And here's nothing. They took it out. And here? Oh, that's honey. Yeah, that was station number 10. Okay, now I'm at station number 11 with a missing shield, and this is basically called the forest drum. Yeah, and here they are trying to show how the forest can echo certain sounds, and yeah, I will show you guys the sounds. Do you hear that? Yeah, there's a certain echo now. Yeah, but yeah, nothing that big. I think it's more like for children to play, but it's still quite interesting how it echoes, right? Ooh, that was quite loud. Oh guys, I found something very interesting. It's not an official station, but it's something new I discovered, and it talks about the habitat of a tree for like living things, like for example this bug here and the mushrooms. And yeah, that's actually the tree that is marked here, and it talks about this tree and what it is useful for. And here in the text it explains that like a lot of those trees actually have like holes inside where there are like small rooms where like insects are living, like this bug here, sometimes even ants, and they live in this tree. And it also talks about how the mushrooms can benefit from that wood by growing there and keeping on existing. So yeah, they're like quite useful, even like the dead trees. And that's like one reason why they sometimes will keep here in Germany some dead trees there, so just that other animals can live there, like bugs, ants and mushrooms, and some birds even. Like there are some birds that will also use like dead trees as a home. Okay, here we are. We arrived now at station number 12, the barefoot path. And here talks about how the ground in the forest is different. Like you have like ground with like a lot of rocks, you have like ground with a lot of dead wood, with leaves, with small branches. So yeah, I'm about to show you that now. Okay, here's the more sandier path with like a lot of earth as well. There's the path with a lot of leaves and stuff, with more stones, with like dead wood, with something that's actually not supposed to be in the forest, or that's supposed to be like trash, I don't know. And yeah, and just moss and earth. So yeah, and if it's like dry and warm, like some people, especially like older ones, will sometimes walk here barefoot to feel the ground. It's some kind of, I don't know, yoga for them. Now we are at station number 13, identifying and feeling trees. I'll show you guys here like a lot of different kind of trees, and there are always like shields that actually say what kind of tree that is. And this shield talks about this tree here. What kind might this be? And you can actually feel on that to try to identify it. And this one is which one is it? That's a pine tree, this one here. It's a pine tree. Let's go to the next one. Here is the next tree. It's this one here with the shield. Okay, and that's, which one is it? That's beech. That's a beech. Yeah, that's a beech tree. They usually have like smaller leaves, like you can see here. They're quite small, the leaves. Yeah. Now the next one. That looks again like a pine tree. Wait, there's like a tree that is like a pine. Let me think. Which one is that? That's a large tree. Large. Okay, that's weird. Looks like a pine to me, but it says large. Here's another one. I think they want to cut it, that's why they marked it. That's that's an oak tree. Oak also has smaller leaves. Oh, it's about to start raining. Look at those clouds. Yeah, it will rain any minute. Already starts like a little bit. Here's the next tree. That's like a shorter tree. To me, this one looks like a fir tree, but I'm not sure if this is a fir tree. So let's see. No, this is a spruce tree. A spruce tree. But you see, with the leaves, it really looks like, I don't know, maybe like, yeah, but that's a spruce tree. Yeah, it is a spruce tree. Okay, now let's go to the last tree and see what we have here. This last tree is actually quite special. I see this a lot in roads, also when I drove like to France before. This actually has, it's actually white. It has like some white in it. And it feels kind of soft. That's let's see. That's a birch tree. Yeah, that's a birch tree here. Wow, it's pretty high actually. Wow. I hope it doesn't fall. Oh. Okay, now we are at station number 14, the old castle. And here was supposed to be a castle in the year 800. And it actually belonged to a knight called Bobilo. It sounds kind of like Bilbo from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. The castle was supposed to be here, and there's like still some stone of it. There was some type of wall. And if you go up there somewhere was a tower on top. I'm going up with you guys. There used to be stairs. It's already mostly gone. So I'm walking up here with you. Yeah, around here was the tower where you see those stones. And somewhere here they used to house the horses. Like I actually saw online a map about this place. And you often still see like stone there where like walls were and kind of other things like walls, towers, and what a castle has. But it was a smaller castle, not like one of the big ones that you see in the movies. And here's the shield of the station. And here, for those of you that can read German or want to translate, here it says it. It was built around year 800 and Bobilo was the knight that owned it. Yeah, and you could basically go up there and see more from there. But yeah, it's not that easy to get up there. I'll go a bit further so you can have a better view. But without equipment to go up here is almost suicide. Yeah. It's actually interesting. Like I just came across this information not too long ago because I never bothered to go up there to look for a shield. And that here was a castle is like quite fascinating. Like there is actually some history in my city. We are now at station number 15, the woodpecker tree. And if you sit here, like you can see a tree straight ahead where a woodpecker lives. And actually a woodpecker takes about 2, sometimes even 3 years to create his home in a tree. That's like a long construction right there. I will show you the tree from closer. Going now to the tree. Unfortunately, the tree broke down because of a storm, and that's what's left of it. And also here's something left of it. Yeah, that's the tree. You can see those holes in there. That's from a woodpecker. The woodpecker made a hole there. It's quite interesting. 2 to 3 years. Wow. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was actually quite adventurous and fun. And if you're new to the channel, I will always have new content up. So please subscribe and stay updated. Till next time, guys. Stay tuned.